Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty as always. What's going on, everybody? It's Ian K, creator, producer, and host of Peep This Out Reviews here on YouTube. A very happy Easter weekend to each and every one of you guys. If you can actually hear me and see me okay, because it's been a couple of weeks, give me that thumbs up here in the chat. Let me make sure that everyone is good to go. I want to make sure that you can actually see me and hear me okay. Great to be on here with you guys. I'm going to keep going as we get the okay here. I have a feeling. There we go. It looks like you guys are seeing me. I'm seeing a lot of hellos. Nice to see everybody on here right now. Buzz7332, TGIF, you already know. Lord Darkside, Annette Cervantes, ScoutRush.com, Randy Molina. Great to see every one of you. I'm telling you, it is great to be here after a pretty rough couple of weeks, guys, including a ridiculous headache last week. It literally lasted like 72 hours off and on. It was very, very rough. I came this close to wanting to go to the hospital because I was like, man, why is this taking so long to go away? But I'm great to be back on here right now. I feel a little bit better as well. I'm still getting adjusted. But it's been a really a very long week for me right now. I am very tired. A lot of filming, a lot of editing, as well as my health, just trying to keep it up and going naturally. But let's see who else we've got in here. Starting off at the very top. I'll go through a couple of doubles here. We've got Annette Cervantes, Erna785. What's going on? Great to see you, Lord Darkside, all the peeps I was saying hello to in the lobby. Drew's Food Reviews, you already know. Happy Friday situation to you. Let's see, Michael Domayer again. Nice to see you on here. Thanks, man. I appreciate you for being here. PB as well. Howdy, howdy, howdy. And Bus7332 jumping in there with that super chat donation. And again, if you guys wish to segue right into this comment that I'm going to say right now, if you wish to do the same thing as Bus, which Bus, I greatly appreciate that. Thank you very much. You'll find that little $sign at the bottom of your chat window, as well as the first pinned comment on the replay. If you're catching this on the replay, or if you're checking it right now, you'll see it in the description. Multitudes of ways to contribute to the channel. I'm a one-man show, so should you guys wish to do that, a little goes a long way. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much in advance. And of course, as official sponsors of the channel, you'll find your name and lights down below as well in the description. Of course, especially in the replay, you'll find that as well too. So guys, thank you so much for being here. And Bus, again, thank you. I appreciate that greatly. Still trying to get down to Disney at some point here. I got to I got to check out all the new Star Wars goodies that are over there as well. It's been a minute since I've been to the happiest, most profitable place on earth, which is Disneyland. Let's see, we got Lord Darkside, Randy Molina. Let's see, going down the line, who else do we have in here? We've got a pretty good show, I think, for you tonight. I've got a couple of reviews for you, as well as a couple of really fun things to take a look at, of course. Please share the stream out with all of your peeps if you haven't already. Give the stream a thumbs up, of course. Let's get things going very nicely here. I see the comment from Annette with originally it was B-Dubs coming out with a special flavor for April 20th, which you all know, 420. I had a feeling that's what you meant, but I kind of went with it. But naturally, yes, I thought it's actually Wingstop who's doing that. But very cool with the Blaze and Glaze, I think they call it there, which is very cool as well. But I guess the Mountain Dew Legend drink is what they have over there for B-Dubs. And naturally, we'll get into in a few minutes here some of the good stuff from Buffalo Wild Wings recently as well. A lot of fun stuff checking out the goodies over there. Let's see here. Kyle Broussard, what's going on? We got Min Lee as well. Thanks so much for jumping on. And everyone is beginning to file in here even further. Ed Keaton, thanks so much for jumping on as well. Hope everything is good with you. Great to see you on here. Larry Nguyen, saw you at Yoshinoya yesterday. Did you? You did not come over and say hello. It was a good time over at Yoshinoya, and that's actually the very newest review that went live today. I actually filmed that naturally yesterday because I really wanted to get this one out. I really was meaning to get there earlier in the month for that, but I figured, you know what, this looks really super interesting. I really want to give it a go. I had a little bit of a break in the schedule. I'm like, let me just knock this one out really fast, and I'm glad that I did. It was a beautiful piece of fish. Really glad to give that one a go. But thanks so much for the comment there, Larry. Hopefully you should have just come over and said hello. That would have been cool. Let's see here. We're breaking on through to the other side from Drew's Food Reviews. I love the doors. You already know what it is. Time to get the party started from Bus7332. And looks like we are kind of caught up here. There we go. It looks like we are in there. All right, let's see. Who else do we have in here? Of course, Bus down below in the description, of course, for contributing to the channel. As always, and Bus, I greatly appreciate that. You guys will see your names and lights. Anyone who's going to be subscribing to the channel throughout the hour as well, you may see them jump up over here as well too. Good times, definitely good times. So let's see here. It is great to see all of you guys. Like I said, it's been a couple of weeks. Annette likes the Coca-Cola shirt. Yes, I use this one whenever I film my drink reviews, typically Coke reviews naturally. One of my favorite ones, actually, as well. Let's see here. And sorry about that. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it was really touch and go there for a little bit. I mean, it got to the point where I kind of felt like the right side of my face was inflamed. Last couple of reviews that I've done, I've been like almost like a burning sensation. It was really uncomfortable to film and to kind of get through some of that at the same time. I was trying to distract myself as much as possible. That's usually what I like to do when I'm kind of freaking out about what's going on here right now. But as of a few days ago, it was definitely a better situation. So I'm still feeling a little decompressed from it still, but I've been under a lot of stress with a lot of family things lately, and it's just been a little bit out there for me in terms of just the way things are. So I'm using tonight as a way to finally jump back into it to say hello to you guys, because just as much as hopefully you guys like listening to what I have to say, I love seeing you guys here in the chat and commenting and also having a good time with you as well. So you scratch my back, I scratch yours, so to speak, and that's exactly how we're doing it. Let's see who else. Ant 12132, we here. Yes, you are. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Freddie Foodie King, yo, what's going on? Great to see you, Freddie. Thanks so much for jumping on here as always. Hendrix left. How's the family? How's Carol Juju? Doing okay. Family's a little crazy at the moment. Just a lot of stuff that we're dealing with, you know, with the mom situation and just things that are just, it's just a lot going on. And of course, trying to do my stuff that I like to do and what I've got going on. It's just a lot of coordination at the same time. Drew, maybe you drank the cherry sunrise freeze too fast and got a 72-hour brain freeze. There you go. There you go, Drew. I think you nailed it right on the head, because no joke, that was a frosty situation, and I think you know already, right? Definitely a very, very nice situation with that one. But I think that may be true. I think that may be true. Tony Montana, it's great to see you back again. Besides the whole thing, how have you been as of recent? Well, definitely now that the pain has gone away, knock on wood, hopefully it'll stay that way. A lot better, definitely a lot better. Very busy still. I mean, always, like I said, into the hopper with a lot more content. It is really all about that stuff there, so for sure. Always busy, always busy. And at Cervantes, I see Papa John's in my future. Yes, I think a lot of people are going to be saying that for sure. Really, really good stuff. Had an opportunity to check out their latest and possibly greatest. If you haven't seen the review, take a look at that there. The pepperoni stuffed crust, the epic goodness that it was. Not to give too much away, but guys, it's pizza. How bad could it really be, right? But it was a lot of fun checking that out. Putting together a little bit of the advertising stuff on the channel there. And actually the poster that you saw, I kind of fixed up just a little bit to kind of get it as clean as I possibly could. It's a pre-release type of video, naturally, but that's exactly what you should be seeing in terms of what the poster is going to look like, which is cool. But I had a lot of fun checking out pizza. I love reviewing pizza stuff, anything pizza related to Little Caesars, Papa John's, Pizza Hut. Pizza is like my all-time favorite. Really, really good stuff, for sure. Let's see here. So we've got going down the line. Great to see everyone is here. Freddie Foodie King, yay, Poppy, you already know what it is. And yes, Ali Rios, Wingstop has the new glazed and glazed wings, I know. We'll have to see about that this coming week. I don't know. I mean, it's a family channel naturally, so of course you need to have a certain edge with that. Naturally, the Pineapple Express Shake, you know, I saw a few people saying, well, how come you didn't acknowledge the fact of what that really is kind of associated with, right? But we'll have to see. We'll have to see about that. Usually those little 3-day promos, it's kind of like once you get them and then they're done, then you can't get them again. But to have a review out, you know, I'm sure that we'll see a bunch of those as well. We'll have to see if I can make it to give that a go. I believe it's from the 18th to the 20th. So naturally like 2 or 3 days, which is pretty good. Let's see, Doris Johns, I've seen your teriyaki salmon meal. Thank you so much for checking that one out there. I got to take a look and see how that one is going for you guys. Naturally, Yoshinoi is more of like a niche type of, you know, a restaurant in terms of what it is. It's not everywhere, but I do love checking out what they have to do, because what they do very well, and promo wise they're usually pretty good. But guys, that fish, like I said, it looked amazing. You know, you'll see a little clip of it at 9 o'clock tonight on IG once that goes live. But I gotta say, it was very, very tasty to check out for sure. And at Cervantes, Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit looks so good. Yes, you know what? Let's just talk about some of the content recently. because it's been a couple at the same time. Naturally, I'll just pick it up from the Pineapple Express shake. Hopefully that'll be okay with you guys. The Panera Signature Take Chicken Sandwiches. I did both of those, and definitely not worth the price point considering what they're charging for a chicken sandwich. They're not competing on price, but the quality of what they had, especially the spicy variant, which was a banging situation out of the two. I had a lot of fun filming those a few weeks back. That was really, really good. And of course, as you guys know, B-Dubs is coming at it, coming strong with the Doritos Flamin' Hot goodness there, the Flamin' Hot Ranch goodness. That was the wings. And I did the boneless variation of that naturally because I just wanted to kind of taste the flavor of the goodness that it had with the breading, obviously. Really good to go. I only wish I got the packaged Doritos, though. That's the only thing with that. So that's actually something that I would have liked to have checked out for sure. With that as well. And let's see here, going down the line one more time. There we go. So good times across the board there for Buffalo Wild Wings. And then naturally, as Annette was alluding to there with the Chick-fil-A biscuit, I had never had the Chick-fil-A biscuit after all these years. I've had the minis. That was my very first review on Chick-fil-A that I'd done back in the day, and I really figured, you know what, let's go give the regular version of it a shot. I was up very early. I was a little tired that morning too when I shot that. But it was fun to check that out. And guys, let me just say, pure honey situation with that was a beautiful thing, an absolutely beautiful thing. So I enjoyed checking that one out for sure. And of course, that dovetailed right into the Papa John's situation, which I'd been working on for a little bit actually before that was actually filmed. So that was actually a very fun situation to check out. And that brings us to today with Yoshinoya's grilled teriyaki glazed salmon. And that was, again, just a beautiful, beautiful piece of fast food fish. If I can even call it that, because it was very well put together. Just nicely glazed, very flaky. There's a lot of great footage in that video. I had a lot of fun checking that out for sure. Good times, good times, good times. So, guys, again, it's a love letter to create content on my channel for you guys. I love being able to do it naturally and having you guys all, you know, enjoy it and to consume. So thank you so much for doing what you do and doing just that. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. So lots more fun stuff to come. I mean, naturally, I think a lot of people know what should be coming naturally with a lot of stuff that's been out. Of course, that's already in post, well into post already there. So you'll see the fruits of some of those labors tomorrow. And then this replay will be live on Easter Sunday. And then you'll see something else on Monday. So we usually go about a day or two. And then naturally, there's a little stretch of some good stuff there. So you've got some good things coming your way over the next few days. For sure. So, Erna, Savage Garden, I want you, Cherry Cola. You know what? I have to take a look and see. That sounds familiar. I know Savage Garden, but I have to kind of get that tune in my head. It's been a minute. But if anyone knows it naturally, Erna obviously does. She's our 80s aficionado for sure. Lord Darkseid says he really needs a haircut. That's an easy fix. You can definitely do it. James had the epic stuffed crust pizza, pretty awesome with the cookie pie. That's a nice combo right there. That is a nice combo. Very good, very good. Constance Cherry, what's going on? Great to see you, great to see you. Ali Rios, Taco Bell has new steak white hot ranch. Yes, absolutely. You'll see both of those in the next few. Naturally, of course, it's all Taco Bell, all of the new stuff there. Of course, you know that comes out. You got to definitely take a look. Min Lee, I give the homestyle mac and cheese of Popeyes an easy 10 out of 10. I enjoyed that, but I do think Chick-fil-A still has a little bit of a leg up because of that Romano Parmesan goodness that they mix with that. It's just a little bit more tart, but still quality fast food mac and cheese. Really, really good. Misty Smith, who's ready to have some fun. What's going on, Misty? Thanks so much for jumping on. Annette, someone says I look like Bob Saget. Yes, I've gotten that in the past. I definitely have gotten that in the past, for sure. And I guess in the present, there you go. Tony Montana, assuming that was actually a brain freeze and you'd been dealing with as recent, would it be safe to say that you that you took Hick's advice and stayed frosty? A little too much, because just so you guys know, whenever you get a brain freeze, that's actually because of the nerve on the very top middle of the roof of your mouth. Actually, if you actually, now this is actually one way to fix that. If you feel a brain freeze coming on, I'm going to give you a little quick tip here. In order to stop that instantly, because the pain is always insane, just press the top of your tongue on the bottom of the upper part of your mouth. Just kind of put the tongue up against the that nerve in the very back, and you'll notice that quickly it begins to go away a lot faster. So a little something the more you know, from me to you. There you go. Maureen Descatado, I was going to ask Annette that. There was a small earthquake, actually. Maybe, I think it was 4.8 in San Diego a few nights ago. I didn't feel that actually when I saw this was going on. I actually was listening to Coast to Coast, and I actually saw that there was something that came through with that, but apparently it was down in Baja, from what I understand. So there was nothing. It was pretty much reverberated further south. It didn't come up north from that area, but really close to San Diego, I think that's where they felt it. But up here in LA, I personally didn't. But craziness. Let's see. Aqualoo, Pepsi Nitro. What was that? It just jumped. Is amazing. Very cool. I haven't been able to find that. I've been casually looking, but I haven't been able to see that at all. Erno, what about James Ingram and Linda Rotz Somewhere Out There from American Tail? Yes, that's classic, actually. That's classic from that. Very cool. Very cool. Friday comes back from Misty Smith. Joe Ranch, how do you get your double-double? Animal style, no tomato with extra grilled onions now. I like to usually get the variation of all of them together, which I actually posted a while back. You can find that actually on my Instagram at Peep This Out Reviews. You'll be able to see some pictures of that. It was really, really good. Good times. Let's see. Bus jumping in there again. Thank you so much for the Super Chat donations. Bus is doing it up tonight there. Ed Keaton, speaking of that, my super chat should have went through. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a little bit of a delay, if anything there, Ed. But if it's there, I'll definitely check it. And of course, list as always there. But hopefully, we'll have to see what happens there. Min Lee, can I do the tenders from Jollibee? Actually, I would like to check out the tenders, but I'm more curious, believe it or not, about the spicy chicken still. Every time I go there, believe it or not, I've been checking, it's sold out. I don't know why they don't make enough of that. I mean, they're advertising it pretty well, right? I mean, you'd think that it would be a little bit more available, but I don't know. Larry Nguyen, I do read your comments. There's so many that are jumping through here right now, Larry. Let me see if I can try and see what is back up this way. Larry, how old am I? Well, I will be 49 at the end of this year, believe it or not. Crazy to think about that. Crazy. Trying to keep sipping from that fountain of youth, believe me. I'm doing my best. Let's see here. Before we get into the first thing to take a look at here in just a second, let's see who else we have got in here. It looks like Misty Smith is saying, let's sing the Ready, Steady, Wiggle song. Make an awesome intro to the live stream. Maybe if somebody wants to send me something that I can see about incorporating, that would be kind of funny, like out of the blue. I'm gonna have to see there as well. But I haven't been able to see the Nitro Pepsi. I haven't been able to find that at all just yet. Maybe checking like Bevmo or places like that out this way possibly, because it's not something, it's more specialized for what it is naturally. We'll have to see here. Tony Montana, so I thankfully finally got around to trying both versions of the Nacho Tiny Tacos at Jack in the Box and thought they were both pretty good. Very cool, very cool. You can't beat anything that like doused in a cheese sauce, with bacon and some other stuff thrown in there. Those are always fun to check out. Dom's World had the spicy fish flounder sandwich. I love that thing over at Popeyes. Definitely. It's one of the best fast food fish sandwiches I think out there outside of the usual suspects. But naturally from Popeyes, they really do a pretty nice variation. And it's cool to see flounder, right? I mean, you don't see that often at all. You really don't. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. There we go. Misty Smith is jumping in here. Ready, steady, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Captain Feathersword. There he goes. It's getting crazy. Drew, Walmart has Nitro Pepsi. Okay, I'm going to have to swing on over. It's been a minute. Very cool. Yeah, look at that. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. It's all over the place here right now. Brian Rockwell fan, what's going on? Thanks so much for jumping on. All right, good times. All right, guys, let's take a look at another entry into what we've got here right now. Tiffany Shields, what's going on? Thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate the comment there. Constance Cherry Stop and Shop has it. Very cool. Dom's World, Popeye's mac and cheese, not bad either. Yes, good stuff. Definitely good stuff. And speaking of good stuff, let's continue on with part of Wave 6 that finally showed up. See if you guys know this character from the 80s. We have from the Masters of the Universe Origins Collection, the Evil Master of Escape Webstor. Now this one, very cool. I never had this one as a kid either, but I always wanted this one because he had like a little pack in the very back of him there. You can kind of see it with a grappling hook that allows him to kind of scale walls and, wrap around and trap people and stuff like that. And just to kind of show you the card art here, because it just looks absolutely amazing. Try and keep that focus. I know it's kind of strong. It's blending in there, the white. I can barely see it. But what it says here quickly is, With sinister stealth and a trap-making mind, Webstor poses a threat to the bravest and the brightest. And of course they have him because if he's an insectoid type of character going against Buzz-Off down there, and He-Man is listed. But as you can see, the hook actually can be attached to like Castle Grayskull, and then you pull the very bottom of it there, and then he shoots up there, which is really cool. So as you can see, some of the other characters in the wave, we've already gone through Beastman and the Eternian Goddess the last stream. So of course we've got Webstor, and there's somebody else hanging out there on the bottom, which we'll be checking out a little bit later. But if you guys ever had this one, he is very, very cool. A very cool update, more articulated, definitely more posable. I won't know because he's going to be staying in this plastic prison forever because he just looks cool like this. But make him climb up the line, retro play, the evil master of escape, Webstor. He really is a very cool looking character. Part of Wave 6. Long delayed coming in from Big Bad Toy Store, but I wanted to share another one of these for you there, of course. Very, very cool, very fun stuff. Drew, Ian has the power. There you go. Good times across the board. Good times across the board with that. So, Larry Nguyen had the Yoshinoya salmon teriyaki bowl today. The salmon was really dry, no good. Whoa, I hope you gave them an opportunity to make that right for you, Larry, because it really was pretty tasty. When I did it, it was really pretty tasty. Good times across the board with that one. Drew pre-ordered the case of Pepsi Nitro from Walmart. Just got it yesterday. Very nice, very nice. I'll see. I may have to do that. I may have to do that and see what's going on over there. It really looks pretty good. I'd love to do it on the stream here with you guys if I'm able to come across that. Let's see. Chosen Nightwolf. I'm a huge fan of Popeye's chicken sandwiches. Classic and spicy. Same. Spicy for me out of the two. I definitely prefer it. It's tasty. Haven't had a chance to check out the Chick-fil-A. That's about straight down the street from me yet. Definitely do that. Definitely check out Chick-fil-A. It's definitely a solid sandwich. A little bit different, naturally, because, you know, for what it is size-wise. But quality, Chick-fil-A is known for being, you know, a pretty high quality piece. And I think they do a pretty good job at what they do. There's always lines wrapped around the drive-thru. Whenever you guys go to Chick-fil-A, do you see a lot of cars? Do you see, like, it's crazy packed swamp, like they're giving something away? Because it's always like that. Annette went to KFC drive-thru the other night, got mashed potatoes and a pot pie. Very nice. The pot pie I reviewed a while back. That was actually pretty tasty from KFC. They've been a little light in terms of new releases this year, naturally just kind of resting on that chicken sandwich naturally. But I really miss a little bit more of the routine switcheroos that these companies, the chicken places, would do. Different sauces, whatever it is. Naturally, Popeyes has been really inconsistent ever since like the Rippin' Chicken, I think it was. They really haven't had any, and that was a redo as well. They haven't had anything super new aside from dessert things and stuff like that as well, and the bring back of the surf and turf and a tackle box stuff that I reviewed a few times over the past, you know, that type of thing. Ali Rios, yes, Eggo has the new toastless waffles. I saw those. There's and obviously that's premiering right as soon as the new series for the new season of Stranger Things. If you notice, coincidentally, they've been advertising season 4 finally. 2-part season coming out, I believe, at the end of May, and naturally these Eggo waffles are coming out too, so they know how to do it, even though they're not officially saying it. You already know what it is. Tiffany Shields, in answer to your question, if I have a particular character that you're naming there, and you will see that individual later in the stream, not too far from now. I gave it away anyway, but you saw it, so yes, you'll be able to see what that's all about for sure. Good times, definitely. Let's see here. Dom's World, same as In-N-Out, always so packed. That's how good they are. Also, a lot of curiosity and a lot of tourists too. A lot of people, but a lot of the locals here. We love In-N-Out. It's my all-time favorite that I like to get as well. No In-N-Out tonight for me. I've got a lot to do, and I can't really leave from here because there's things I need to catch up on. I've got a very busy Monday ahead of me, so I'm trying to get things out of the way to make it even that much more easier. So when the week begins, I can just kind of just do what I got to do. So. I'll be staying in tonight and making some goodness. I actually made some barbecue chicken last night in the oven, like a whole bunch of thighs with some barbecue sauce. It actually came out pretty good, so I'm probably going to have some of that as soon as I finish this, because the wifey was busy live streaming on her side with clients that she had to do for her business, so I actually did not have a chance to make dinner or do anything, so you can tell I'm starving right now. I cannot wait to get something to eat there. I usually have a little snack before I begin. But naturally I couldn't do that tonight. Let's see. Larry Nguyen, have I done an AM PM food review? No, I haven't done any gas station food. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. Lord Darkside is asking Annette, what food place or other people hype that you think is just okay? I think it's Chick-fil-A, according to that. Those are the biggest ones. I'm going to answer that, you know, on behalf of Annette. Annette will give the answer already, I'm sure, if she hasn't. Annette, obviously In-N-Out and Chick-fil-A are definitely the ones that get a lot of the play here. So I would probably say they're decent, but only because I've had them a million times. So yeah. Erna, Can't Buy Me Love. Yes, I've seen that a million times, actually. That's a great movie with Patrick Dempsey back in the day. Great, great film. Tim Reuter, good to see you live tonight. Thank you. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate that, Tim. Thanks so much for jumping on and spending a little bit of the time here. Definitely always a blast whenever I do these live streams. And again, guys, thank you so much for all the super chatting donations that you guys may have already in play. Anything PayPaling, I won't know till after the fact, but of course you guys will be down below. But I always want to put that out there again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I greatly appreciate that, of course. McDonald's has Annette's heart. Yes, there. Well, McDonald's is Mickey D's. It's classic, right? You already know. It's super classic stuff. Misty Smith, thank you, everybody. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Let's see some applause hands here in the chat. Let's see how many we can light up the chat with here. I greatly appreciate Misty jumping it out, singing for you guys here virtually. There you go. Misty's the first one out there with the hand claps. There you go. There you go. Tony Montana, just for the record, have I ever seen an actual movie before Scarface? Have you ever seen my actual movie before Scarface? Yes, of course. In which actor Al Pacino plays me? In which the actor Al Pacino plays me, the main character? Yes, I have. Absolutely, Tony Montana. But if I remember correctly, you're either back from the dead or the ending did not happen. That was a dream sequence. So I'm not going to give it away. But it's great to have you here, Mr. Montana. It's great to have you here. Drew, the Subway review is getting closer to the day with 50K. Guys, we're over the 37,000 mark, on our way to 38. So we're moving along. So it is good times, definitely good times. We got plenty of hand claps. Critical Eats Japan jumping into the house again. Taco Bell goodness recently overseas. A lot of other good stuff over here for Paul and Critical Eats Japan. Definitely jump over, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. There is always great stuff. The Burger Bros and all the good things that they've got going on. It is definitely bomb. Carl Broussard, the salmon from Yoshinoya looked good. Yes, it was very delicious. I told my wife about it. I'm like, you know what? I got to bring you one of these. You were going to dig it. It was really, really pretty good. I was very impressed with it and the great quality. There we go. All the hand claps down below. It is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Scott Messerschmidt, happy Easter to you as well. Yes, this weekend, guys, it's all about that. Kyle, I haven't seen Sonic the Hedgehog 2 yet, but you know what? I haven't seen the first Sonic the Hedgehog either, so I may have to catch up and see what's going on with that. There's something about Jim Carrey that just, you know, in terms of playing Robotnik, I just expected just a bigger dude to play that. I mean, I played all the games, I believe, you know, way back in the day, especially the first 4 of them. But naturally, I haven't, a lot of the 3D ones I haven't really gotten into, but I would have loved to have seen, nothing against Jim Carrey. I'm sure he does an amazing job, but I don't know. Something about the real world where they use the characters in the video game and they kind of takes you out of it. Like the original Masters of the Universe, it was mostly on Earth. You know, you want to see Eternia, you want to see all the fantasy settings. You know, it just seems like they're just taking the characters and putting them into situations here on Earth. It's just kind of like, I don't know. We'll see. Tim Reuter, what's your Easter plans? You know what? A little relaxation this week. I'm still kind of recovering from being just crazy situations this past week. Very busy Monday coming up too, so I'm probably just going to be relaxing. May see my sister with the pup maybe. I don't know, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Randy Molina, have you tried Coca-Cola with the mocha flavor yet? I have not, but you know what? The coffee one I believe I did on the channel. It's been a while since I've checked that out. I think that was one that I did, where I don't think that worked very well, if I remember correctly. I think it was a stream review that we did as well too that way, but I haven't seen a lot of these drinks. Believe me, I've got my eyes out for them. I just haven't seen them. That's the only thing. Larry Nguyen, I've been to McDonald's in Florida, the biggest McDonald's in the world. Plus they've got, yes, the pizza, all that stuff. Absolutely. I've seen a lot of that stuff featured before. I think Healthy Junk Food, I think, has done that in the past. There's a lot of really cool stuff down over there in Florida in terms of exclusivities for those things, for sure. Let's see here. Misty Smith, press the red YouTube play button just like this. Tune in this Sunday for the replay. Dear friend Ian K. Ring, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And you know what? I keep forgetting about that because it's been a minute. Every time you see this, hit that subscribe button if you haven't actually subscribed yet. Subliminally, this is what you should be doing, right? If you haven't subscribed already. But I appreciate you guys if you're doing that, of course. Good times. All right. So with that said, guys, are you ready for the first review of the night? We've got a half hour left here, so we've got a few things to get through. So if you're ready for the review, just give me a thumbs up here in the chat. Let's keep it easy. And we'll get into it here because I'm excited about this one. And I'm going to give you a little story, a backstory as to how I chose to do this right now because it was cosmic the way that it happened. But give me a thumbs up here in the chat. Let's see if you guys are ready for action here. Annette, first one up there with the hands. There we go. Eric Carson, have I looked into the Kardashians, the Kazarians, I think you mean there. No, I don't watch that at all. No interest. All right, we got thumbs up going. Here we go. Good times across the board. Good times across the board. Good time. There we go. Thumbs up. Min Lee. We got Randy Molina, Scott Messerschmidt, Chow Loor. Hopefully I said that. Chow Loor. Hopefully I said that correctly. I'm probably butchering that, but I appreciate the red subscribe button over there. There it is. Demi Larder, where can I find the thumb? Emojipedia, having that online. Or actually, if you're watching this on your mobile device, you should be able to pick that up pretty easy. Misty Smith, you bet, sweet hot dog. Ready, beauty mate. There you go. Mr. Jimmy, mi familia, the burrito in the house. What's going on, mi familia? You missed the look at Webstor earlier, just so you know. Replay time, replay time. Coming up on the evil master of escape with this one. Erno, what is the drunkest you've ever been? 21st birthday. Actually, I remember swimming in my sister's driveway coming home from somewhere. I had too many Long Island iced teas, I remember at the time. Actually, I think it was just 2, but a few other things in between. But man, it was pretty crazy. Thomas McDonald, thanks so much for jumping on. We got a bunch of people in the house here right now. Okay, if you guys are ready for this, I was actually at Target a few days ago, and I was thinking to myself, you know, what am I going to do? Naturally, Easter is coming up this weekend. You know, I kind of was thinking, should I do something fast food-wise? With Easter coming up, I figured I'd do something treat-wise. So stay tuned because a little bit later in the stream, I'm going to be trying something that I have never tried before. And some of you guys are going to be like, how could you have never tried that for Easter, right? Especially. So I'm going to be actually trying something which should be a lot of fun for you for that. But I was thinking to myself, you know what? I am really, really thirsty. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get my usual vanilla iced coffee from Mickey D's. It's my vice. I'm always there pretty much almost every day. They're pretty much saying hello to me every day. It's kind of funny that way. But I turned, like literally thinking in my head while I'm looking around, while I was thinking about that, I turned the corner and on an end cap, I saw a display with what I'm about to show you right now. And I was like, this is as close as I can get to what I was thinking about. But how cosmic was it? Because guys, we're getting into some mocha caramel latte flavored Oreos, which I was just blown away when I saw this. Because right when I turned this, I was like, wow, is that vanilla iced coffee? And I was like, no, it's a mocha caramel latte flavor Oreo. And I was like, I have to do this. I have to do this right now. So without a doubt, we're definitely going to be getting into this. And of course, I've been lightly sipping on some almond milk here right now. And we're going to be doing that. John Hedren, thank you so much for the super chat donation. My friend Mitch is watching while waiting for a new small refrigerator delivery. Hello, Mitch. Very cool. Hopefully, I'm going to distract you enough before that install. Does it have an ice machine? Because you got to have an ice machine. If it doesn't, reconsider that, please. I'm telling you, ice machines are heaven. They really are. It really is pretty awesome. But thanks so much for the super chat donation. John, you'll find your name down below. I greatly appreciate that. Along with Bus7332 twice down over there. Thank you so much for that as well. But guys, take a look at this here. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And yes, Annette, I see that comment. People are like, here's Ian again. They just simply give me the receipt and move along. It's all good. It's all good. So is this going to taste exactly like I'm expecting? I mean, chocolate with a little bit of caramel, I'm assuming, because take a look at the bottom there with the cream. It's a 2-layer situation right there. And naturally, I'm a huge fan of iced coffees. So I saw this and I was like, wow, I got to give this a go along with a little Easter treat, which we're going to do. So let me open this up, and I'm not going to look at these until I show this up on the screen. There we go. And you know what? I'm not even looking at it, and I'm blasted with coffee right now. That's crazy. That is crazy. Look at that. A beautiful situation, and I got to say, very uniform in how they're lined up here right now. This just looks amazing. Really, really nice. Really nice. But wow. That is really strong in the coffee department. It almost smells like a toasted situation, believe it or not. I don't think this has coffee. I mean, it's a mocha latte. I'm assuming that's what they're trying to go for. It's got almost like a toasted vibe. Simulating coffee, I don't know. Your mileage may vary with this, but this really smells pretty awesome. This really smells pretty awesome right now. So, as usual, let me protect my editing bay here. Let's bring this up. We're going to get this going here. We're going to take a look at the cream action. I'm going to kind of focus that in, hopefully. Take a look here. Looks very nondescript. In terms of just the caramel goodness, the chocolate goodness, I'll try and keep that as focused as I can. Let's try just this mocha caramel action just by itself, and of course we're gonna get into the actual bite, and then we'll go for a dip. So hang on one second. Okay, more chocolate up front, and then the caramel action. That's not bad. It's got a toasted vibe though, so my mind is telling me this feels like a coffee situation. If it has actually coffee, I'm going to find out after the fact because I want to look at the ingredients. I purposely don't do that for that reason because I really want to see if they're trying to simulate the trickery with this right now. But let's give this a shot, guys. I'm very curious to see how this is going to go. The Mocha Caramel Latte Oreo. Let's give this a go. Let's peep this out. The chocolate Oreo makes a difference. There comes the caramel and the chocolate back end with that one. Wow. Vibrancy of the Oreo cookie itself first, then into that toasted flavor where it almost feels like a coffee situation, actually. This is good. It's not as good as the ultimate chocolate. That's my ultimate favorite right now, actually. I love those ultimate chocolate Oreos. Take a look at the review in the live stream playlist, the replays that I have here on the channel. This is not bad, but it's kind of making me long for the ultimate chocolate. That's the only thing. So let's go for a little dip action. We'll give that a little badunk-a-dunk action right there because Oreos obviously come alive with milk. That's how they're designed, I think. Yes, Annette, I still have the gallon of pumpkin syrup. My wife wants to know what I'm doing with that. I don't know yet, to be honest. Not too much of a change, actually, with this. I mean, it's tasty, but I'm not really getting the vibe of anything more than that toasted flavor, which is the coffee-like flavor. Chocolate, caramel, more of the caramel, but then the chocolate coming up on the back. It's okay. It's not my favorite Oreo. Now that I'm looking at this, maybe it's got more of a creamier type of vibe. That toasted caramel, or the toasted coffee-like flavor, maybe it's trying to give me a little bit of that whipped cream action on the very top of this one. I mean, it's not bad. You know, I'll definitely eat these. I mean, they're good, but in terms of the actual flavor, I don't know. I'm not really feeling it here. Let me try one more because I'm a little conflicted. So we're going to do a couple of more quick dunks with this one here. Give this a shot here. A two-biter with this one. Yeah. I mean, it's good. It's an Oreo, right? But the flavor is kind of muted. It's really more of a toasted coffee type of situation with this. A little bit of caramel, and then the chocolate comes up on the back end. No go. I mean, it's all right. What was that there? Nothing beats the original Oreos? Absolutely. Yeah. Let's see, Drew, the Oreo Cakester or Nutter Butter Cakester. I haven't seen those either. I really would like to try those. That's what I was kind of looking for at Target, believe it or not. I checked those first and they didn't have them. But these are okay, guys. I mean, the Mocha Caramel Latte flavor and the cream, I mean, it's decent. You know, you're going to get that duality right there in the very bottom, you know, of the chocolate and then that cream that's giving you that caramel flavor. But it's not really making me long for an iced coffee the way I'm thinking here. This really feels more like a straight coffee type of feeling, like initially the toastiness that I'm tasting with that. Speaking of which, I don't even think this has coffee though. I'd be very surprised if it did. Cocoa, which we know, high fructose syrup. Let's see here. Some different dyes, yellow. No, wow, it's got yellow number 5 to probably simulate some of that, the cream flavor there. Yeah, there's no coffee in this at all, but it's got that essence, that toasted flavor of that. So I guess they're trying to go for that mocha caramel vibe with a little bit of the whipped cream action for the creaminess, but it's just okay. So I'm gonna go 7 out of 10 with this one. It's really nothing nothing crazy. I mean, getting this on special, I'd recommend. This was like $2.50, so I mean, it's not bad, you know, for $2.50. But overall, not exactly the best flavor here. But again, this looked like a vanilla iced coffee to me when I saw this, and I was like, of course. By the way, I did get my vanilla iced coffee at Mickey D's right after that with the wifey. I drove through real fast, so but you know, this is just okay. 7 out of 10 all day long with that. I will finish those. They're good, but it really makes me feel like I want to go for that ultimate chocolate though. So it is what it is. Larry's going on a Carnival cruise tomorrow. Nice. Going to be gone for a week. I think back fondly to my honeymoon, and actually way back in the day with the wifey when we took a trip actually for a week. It was a really, really good time for that, for sure. But yes, good times. Definitely good times. Drew, the Dollar Tree has cakesters. Okay, cool. I'll take a look at the Dollar Tree over here. And Ed Keaton, no, I don't see any super chat. It looks like it hasn't gone through, Ed. You may want to check maybe your end for the settings possibly. Or you can always do PayPal too. Just click those links down below if you'd really like to do that. That may be easier for you. Plus, YouTube won't take anything from you if you do that. Let's see here. Ken R, looking like a banging mocha latte coffee situation. You got to be careful when it comes to those late night evening coffee situations. Very well said, Ken. Very well said. A-Wolf, ultimate chocolate is next level. You already know. You already know. Good stuff. Definitely good stuff. Let's see here. Brian Moran. Huggies is delicious. Is that Haagen-Dazs I think you meant there? We'll have to see. Misty Smith. Okay, Ian, see if you can guess my favorite flavor of ice cream. Here's a hint. It's white. Well, it could be vanilla. It could be chocolate chip. It could be, well, lemon's usually like an off-white if they do that with ices anyway there. But I'm gonna say vanilla just in case there. Let's see. A-Wolf is dropping the funnies. The cruise was a good time for sure. That's hilarious. I'm getting a Michael Scott vibe all of a sudden there from The Office. Let's see, the packaging makes you want to pick it up. Colorful blue, I agree. Wonder what the sea cruise ship Wonder if the Seas cruise ship is insane. Very cool. I have a lot of fun cruise videos when I went with the wifey, actually, and we had a really, really fun time putting those videos together. I was one of my early edit jobs of a lot of those things there, but it was fun. I'll never forget some of the things that I really enjoyed. There we go, Ed Keaton, jumping in there right now. Stay frosty. Now it went through. I don't know what happened there earlier, but Ed, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. It looks like everything is working there. Name and Lights, Mr. Ed Keaton. They had an all-night pizza bar, which was amazing. And there's nothing like 2 or 3 in the morning where you can't sleep. And naturally, you don't really want to sleep too much when you're on cruises because you just want to take it all in. But having like, you know, pizza, freshly made pizza, 2, 3 in the morning. They had a frozen yogurt machine that was always like in effect, always. And then naturally the regular buffets and the foods. We ate so much, and I was really surprised I didn't put on any weight that week we were away. I was really surprised. We were doing a lot of active things too. We were doing a lot of events and stuff like that as well, locally in town. We even went to the gym a few times on the ship there, which was kind of cool. But good times. Brian, what is this here? No, haggis is a dish made from sheep's heart, lungs, and liver. Ooh, minced with sweet onions, oatmeal. Wow. And here I thought you were talking about ice cream. I apologize, Brian. That's crazy. That sounds like a crazy ingredients list. Wow. Tony Montana had the new Taco Bell steak White House ranch fries for lunch today, along with 2 self-made custom double-decker tacos, and they were quite good, I thought. Very nice, very nice. You'll hear my take on those coming very, very soon. Good times putting those things together. A-Wolf, vanilla ice cream is vanilla colored, though. You know, the bean is actually not really as white as people think. You're right about that. You are absolutely right about that. All right, guys, before we're jumping up into a quarter till the hour already here, which is pretty crazy. All right, let's jump into the second of 2 tonight for Masters of the Universe Origins and Process of Elimination. We have a character that I actually had back in the day, and I don't know where it is, but this is the Origins variant. Product has real smell, ... It's fun. Stinkor, the evil master of odors. This one here, guys, looking like a skunk. Really cool looking. If you guys, Eagle Eye viewers, know, he's actually Merman's head repainted along with Mechanex's armor, which actually isn't released just yet until later into the year, I'm hoping. But very, very cool. This character originally actually was scented very musky back in the 80s with patchouli oil, believe it or not. And it was very much distinct in terms of the smell. So really, really slick. But take a look on the back of this one here. The sickening foul stench of Stinkor can bring even the mightiest or of Eternia's heroes to their knees. And you can see he's going after Mossman right over there. But yeah, like I said, he really smells, and it was really pretty interesting. Take a look at this one here. Smell for odor attack. And let's look at the face that they put on this girl's face here. That's hilarious. I mean, where's the other character he's supposed to be knocking out, not the person who's articulating him? Which is funny. Twist into powerful battle positions. So very, very cool. So the completion of Wave 6, guys, along with, for Masters of the Universe, with Stinkor, Evil Master of Odors. A classic character. I'm so glad to actually have this one in the line, and it really is just very, very slick. It doesn't smell through the package. I see some questions being asked there, and if you notice, the very bottom of this is sealed for that reason, because the smell would probably go away. All the other figures actually have an opening, I think, just to kind of let the plastic smell settle. After a while, they keep that opening there, I guess, for, you know, for shipping and that type of thing. But this particular one doesn't have that, so I won't know if it smells or not, because I can't really, it's completely sealed, so I'm not going to know naturally there. But it's kind of cool because they take it seriously, guys. I mean, this is the real deal. They don't use patchouli oil anymore. I know that it's a different thing that they're using for it. Naturally, there's a lot of crazy things that, you know, as kids in the 80s, they were pretty much have banned recently. Hey, look, we turned out all right. You know, I mean, as far as I know anyway, knock on wood. But yeah, it's kind of crazy to think that some of these things they don't use anymore when they produce some of the things for currently for kids. So things seem a lot more more stricter, let's just say, so to speak. All right, let's see here. Another couple of minutes and we'll get into the little quickie review for Easter. And again, I'm very interested with this one. I know my sister may be watching right now. I couldn't tell, just in case if she's here or not, I may have missed it. But she was like, how could you not have had one of those? And I'm like, well, I haven't. And you should know. We were kids, but I couldn't tell you. We'll have to see. Don't open or scratch, according to Scott Messerschmidt. Yes, you already know what it is. Okay, for the cause, 100 of you cause guess vanilla for Misty Smith. There you go. Good times across the board. Hopefully Mitch's refrig showed up during the stream here. We'll have to see. Let us know either way. John, that would be great. Lord Darkside had a personal pizza a few days ago. My stepdad orders it. When he told me it came, walked to the kitchen to get it, noticed he was eating something on the porch and he took a slice. There you go. Pizza, I'm telling you, pizza is life. I love pizza. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Especially with the Domino's promo for $7.99, and they have a $3 tip that you can use that they actually take off for the following week. That's a beautiful situation. So it's like you're getting a pie for like $5. It's crazy. It's a crazy good deal for that. Let's see here. Larry Nillian, the Carnival Cruises still have late night burgers and hot dogs. As far as I know, the burger I remember actually. We did have that a couple of times when we were away. Yes, Annette, Halloween is in 6 months. I am super excited. I think it's, what, 190 days away, if my math serves me correctly with that. Misty Smith, speaking of ice cream, this video has brought me to you today from Oreo. There you go. It is absolutely sponsored by Oreo. Not. That would be a beautiful thing, though. Noel, what's going on? No, we've done Peeps a bunch of times, me familia. That's my sister right there coming out with the bunnies. We got the chicks. Nope, nothing like that. Maybe it's kind of related. Actually, Noel, you're kind of onto something with that last emoji. We'll leave it at that. A-Wolf, pizza is life indeed. Here in Hawaii, Little Caesars is somehow the best major chain. I don't know what they do, but it's next level. You know, it's deep dish, it's doughy, it's good. It's filled with cheese in the crust if you get it that way, and it's just delish. Delish. And yes, David M., I do like the Thundercats. Never collected them, but I love the cartoon, Lion-O, and the rest of the group. Favorite is Mum Ra. I think when he changes into Mum-Ra and Ever Living, absolutely. Another favorite of mine is Voltron. I had a huge blast with the 5 Lion Voltron. Mi Familia, my cousin-in-law, so to speak, which is just a brother, another brother of mine, actually is really into that type of thing as well, and he's trying to hold back on purchasing the 5 Lions because it seems to be a little bit more of a premium, but there's some good prices for it, but he's trying to hold back. But that's something that I would love to see in the collection because I think it should be in every collector's collection. The metal version, Matchbox did a version of it back in the day, and I remember, I think I had a few of the 15 car version. I didn't have all of them to put them together. It was a different type of robot with the cars, but the Lions you can't beat. You definitely can't beat. So good times, good times. Lord Darkside is wondering, what could it be? What could it be? We're about to find out. David M, love watching Voltron as well. Yeah, 80s cartoons were the jam. Aside from Masters of the Universe, obviously. Transformers, Mask, G.I. Joe, Thundercats. They had some Robotech back in the day. They don't make them like they used to. And if anything, they're all Netflix limited series, which is cool. That's fine. You know, as long as there's an avenue to bring the property out. But good times, good times. Noel says it's a Cadbury egg, and Drew looks like may have beaten you to it, thinking it's a Cadbury egg as well. Scott Matthew, what's going on? Great to see you, man. It's been a minute. Great to see you. Thanks so much for jumping on here. But could it be a Cadbury egg? We're about to find out what it could be because like I said, I'm very, very excited to give this a go. M website, I hate my tiny fridge. Why did I buy this? We'll have to see. Noel is saying with the creamy yolk. I don't know. I mean, you seem to think it's a Cadbury egg. I don't know. Tony Schultz, I see Joey has Peepsaroni pizza review up now. Okay, very cool. I'll have to take a look and see what's going on with Joey. Was that within the last hour or two? I haven't seen anything today. We'll have to see what's going on with that. Transformers is over 9,000 for Misty Smith. And at Cervantes, you should have a Halloween countdown in the background. You know, it's Halloween every day as far as I'm concerned. I love Halloween. You guys already know. Year-round goodness, it is definitely the bomb situation. So speaking of bomb situations, let me satisfy the curiosity of everybody who is waiting to find out what this review is going to be here. John Hedren, Mitch's fridge still hasn't showed up. I'm thinking maybe it's so small that they lost it on the truck. Oh, be careful with that. It may be getting knocked around. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. All right. Missy Smith question, what's your favorite type of cookies? Believe it or not, I like black and whites. It's half black, half chocolate, half white. Those things are amazing, aside from the original Oreo, which are good too. So, all right, here we go. Annette Cervantes, yes, he just posted a Peeperoni review. All right, I'm going to have to take a look at what Joey's got going after the stream here for sure. But to satisfy your curiosity, yes, it is the Cadbury Cream Egg that's been sitting in my refrigerator for a bit, waiting to be unwrapped and tried here on the channel as it tries to stay focused. And it's not really doing it. Had it right there in the beginning, but it's not really hanging right there. But as you can see, guys, the Cadbury egg, I have never had one of these. My sister swears by them. She loves these things. She doesn't have them too often, once in a while. But I'm very curious. Have you guys actually had these? If you've had an egg, let me see an egg here in the chat. Drop an egg here in the chat. Just if you've had this, not if you don't like it, just if you've had it. Yes, we knew it, Ian, according to Drew. There you go. How could you have never had a Cadbury egg? I'm serious. It's not my thing. I always say I'm not a dessert person, per se. I only have these things typically when I do reviews on the channel. Donuts are more my thing. I'm not really like a candy eater or like, you know, a sweet eater like that. I like an occasional donut. But yeah, Cadbury eggs. I always remembered like the, what was it? It was like that little chicken. It was like that sound that they would make. It was the rabbit that was sitting there kind of sounding like a chicken, I think, when you see his mouth moving and then he jumps away and then it's the Cadbury egg that's sitting there. So there we go. We got a cooked egg from Critical Eats Japan. There we go. Annette Cervantes. We got Randy Molina, Dom's World, Drew. Never heard of that brand, says Misty Smith. Cadbury egg. I'm trying to open this carefully because I want to keep my fingers from melting it, but there you go. Wow, this actually has the She-Ra Princess of Power thing on the front of it. Look at that. Take a look at that chocolate goodness. So I guess this is what? Milk chocolate with a creamy yolk center. Is this really like egg goodness, or is it like a sweet cream? I don't know. We'll have to see there. Anthony, Matt Sell says Cadbury eggs are life. You know, if pizza's life, I'm going to have to really take your word for this one here. But let me just put this one up. I'm going to hold this because I don't want to get my fingers to melt this here because I want you guys to see it. It's still pretty cold, actually. Freddie says these are his favorite. Well, we're going to have to see here. This is going to be my first time trying this here on Peep This Out reviews for you guys. There we go. We got the focus locked in. But a solid piece of milk chocolate. It looks like 2 halves put together with the creamy goodness on the inside. For Easter, for you guys, doing this one here on the channel. A-Wolf says, pizza is life and afterlife. Well, if you eat too much of it, you may be visiting certain places a lot sooner than you need to. Just moderation, please, moderation. Egg looks certified fresh from Beautiful Hogman. Very cool. Mark, always love watching your videos. You give nothing but positive and inspiring vibes. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I try. Believe me, we all have our vices and things that we're dealing with. But I love doing what I do here on the channel, and I love doing it for you guys. It's so much fun to do. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you so much for that. Freddie, Joey just ate a pizza with Peep Chicks on it. Okay, I'm going to have to check that out. I'm hearing it's been mentioned a few times already. Michael Domeyer said these are good. Okay, we're about to find out. Let's just get into this. It's 8:55 already. The Cadbury CREME EGG. First time for me personally here on Peep This Out Reviews. Mark, love your vids, man. I appreciate the super chat donation. You should be jumping up in just a second over here, as well as down below, as I figured out how to do that. As soon as that jumps up, we're going to go for that first bite over here. But I am excited to give this a go. As I'm looking at this, this is looking pretty tasty, actually. All right. Here we go. The Cadbury egg with the She-Ra symbol with that sword situation right in there as well. There we go. Staying frosty. Here we go. The Cadbury CREME EGG. Happy Easter to all of you guys. I hope this video finds you extremely well. If you're watching this on the replay on Sunday, happy Easter again. Here we go. Wow. 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 Take a look at that. Let me try and block my face so this focuses. Trying to hold that in there. That thing is loaded with cream goodness. Wow. Sister, I see why you like this. Whoa. Man. Freddie, I see why you like them too. Banging. The cream. Hold, please. Oh, wow. That's a treat, boy. That is a treat. Oh, man. Guys, that cream is something else. And I'm really digging the contrastiness of it. You can kind of see it's got a little yellow action in there as well. 9 out of 10 on this by far. Wow. Let's just kill this real fast. Wow. That was well worth the buck. Wow. Oh my God. I'm digging that. Wow. The chocolate is thick, rich, very sweet, but man, on point. Absolutely. Sister, Drew, all of you other peeps who dig them. David M, is there a caramel version? I think there's a caramel version. I'm going to have to take a look because I didn't look too closely. I figured it was just one type of thing. There was a lot of boxes of them. That is a banging situation. Wow. Nice way to kick off the Sugar Rush weekend that is Easter, for sure, because there's a lot of stuff there. Very surprised. A lot of stuff was pretty much going out of stock. The previous few weeks I've been there was like overstock of all kinds of stuff. This past week, there was like hardly anything. I'm like, man, people are bombing this place for chocolates, which was crazy to see. But wow. Yes, you definitely need milk with it. You can't just go. I'm so glad that I had this right now, too, because I would have been hating life trying to talk and eat that at the same time and not kill too much time with nothing to say. Because you guys all know I'm always at a loss for words, right? I mean, it's craziness. It's craziness. Wow. Very good. Michael Domeyer, they might have an orange cream version. I'd like to try some different versions of that. We'll have to see. We'll have to see right there. Really, really good stuff. Anthony Matzel, how did you come up with your channel logo? that was a design. Well, the design logo of the avatar actually was with somebody that I was working with to kind of update a previous design that I had way back in the day, which actually wasn't that great, but it was also nothing exclusive. I wanted to have something specific for me I could trademark. So I kind of made it a little bit more of an anime type of look. And that's actually the inspiration that came about for that. It's supposed to be me actually with that green trench coat outfit on and the magnifying glass for that. So I love it. I mean, it's my main thing. Definitely good stuff. I'm glad that you like it too. Min Lee, take care. I appreciate you jumping on here right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. Man, guys, that was crazy. Crazy delicious with that. Really, really tasty. Yes, Peeps ice cream at Cold Stone Creamery. I saw that. I know. I mean, Peeps is everywhere around this time of the year. Naturally, they're a year-round type of thing, but just about every holiday they have something. But Easter is the main thing with that. Oh man, creamy sweet filling on that one. Yes, very sweet. Definitely a banging situation. I already feel like the right side of my face is like flipping right now. Is flipping. Speaking of that, because I have my new release schedule right now, just to show you guys, hang on one second. I am going to share out. If you take a look at your IG right now too there, I am posting the clip as we speak of the salmon goodness going up live. It just went up at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time right now. And this should be coming up in just a second, finishing up. And we're going to round out the stream here in just a second too. I just want to make sure I could see it. There we go. Very good. Cool. All right. So you guys have some salmon action ready for you. Good times across the board there. You guys will be able to take a look at the little preview of that one. If you haven't watched the video just yet, it was a lot of fun to check out and produce. It was really, really fun time for sure. All right, so let's see here, guys. Good video saw it today from Scott. Very cool. Glad you enjoyed it. Glad you enjoyed it. Good times across the board tonight, guys. I really appreciate you guys being here. Let me swing on over here real fast. I just wanted to thank each and every one of you guys as well. Let's see here. Scott Rush don't have Instagram, so I hope you keep posting on YouTube as well. Always, 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 for sure. You can actually just jump over to Instagram.com on your computer, believe it or not. And if you search for me, you should be able to view them there too, just so you know. It's very cool in there as well. So good times. Michael Domer, looked like a nice piece of salmon. It was an amazing situation. It really, really was. Larry Nguyen, is all the food for free on the cruise? Not all. Well, yeah, believe it or not, I think, yeah, you do get meals. I mean, there's nothing that I remember that we paid for with that there. Like for drinks and certain things, of course, but most of it is because that's naturally included in what you're paying for it there. We actually had dinners. We would sit down and actually just leave after that. We would leave like little tips here and there. Good times. Critically's Japan, is that cap from your merch store? What kind of back does it have? It's the dad cap, actually. One of these actually that pulls in there as well too. There's always 20% off also for all of you guys, just using code PEEPCAP. If you take a look down below, you'll find the links to my my store. There's different versions of this, trucker hat version as well on the side. There's a lot of different versions of that, but it basically has like the little buckle that you can slide and pull with that too. So always for you guys who watch the channel, you guys have that code. It's PEEPCAP. P-E-E-P cap, all one word. At checkout, there's 20% off. So the more that you do there, the better the situation for you, which is pretty good. Dulsu, to that, should rename the channel Peep This Situation. There you go. It's all good. It's all good. And yes, a very happy birthday to Jackie Robinson. I know, very crazy. We've been losing a lot of celebrities too recently. I think I just saw the woman who plays Seinfeld's mom just passed away recently. Gilbert Gottfried as well. It's been a little bit of a rough week. So anyway, let's just start this weekend off with something positive naturally, and that is Easter, of course. You guys have a very, very awesome Easter. John Hedren, Mitch's fridge finally showed up. I was getting worried. Good. Take a look at that box, though. You don't want that thing being kicked around, okay? And if it doesn't have an ice maker, think twice about that before you hook it up. That's all I have to say. With the summer coming up, you want to have an ice maker. I'm telling you, it's a godsend right there. All right. So, guys, the live stream replay will be up on Sunday, on Easter Sunday, 12 p.m. I usually do those at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The regular reviews come out at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll actually keep those at 3 p.m. and then naturally is a little bit, I think, better for a lot of particular people in certain parts of the world. as well as back east. And so far, it's been really working out pretty nicely there. I like posting my little clips later in the evening. So it's really just a lot of fun. If you guys dig that, give me a thumbs up here in the chat. Let me know you like the new release schedule, because it's definitely giving me more breathing room, and definitely a lot more flexibility to do a lot of different things too, which I really like. So I just think it makes the most sense. And analytics seem to show that it's actually a better time for that too. So good times indeed. Thulsu, may I ask, is YouTube your full-time job? Nope. I wish it was, but we're not quite at that point yet. But that would be pretty cool, though. It would be pretty cool, I got to be honest. Coming up on 9 years in the fall, it's crazy to think about. But we'll have to see how this goes. We'll have to see how this goes. Guys, thumbs up if you like the stream. I definitely greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Misty Smith, for that reminder there as well. And I appreciate all of you guys for jumping on the stream here tonight. Whatever you do this weekend, if you celebrate Easter, even if you don't, you know, Passover we have coming up too. There's a lot of stuff going on naturally around the world right now. Let's just be thankful for what we've got, not what we don't. And really we send out the prayers and some heartfelt, you know, thanks to all the people out there who are doing the do and who are just generally great people. In general, you know who you are, all the people that do good. I don't know where I'm going with that. It's just that I know that, you know, with everything going on in the world, it's a crazy situation we're all dealing with. And we want to just make sure, you know, let's just get past all these rough times and continue on towards positivity and to hopefully a better outcome for that as well, too. Thulsu, what makes YouTube a full-time job? Sponsors, merch? You know, all that stuff included. If you can sustain an adequate, you know, living existence, if you can do that, you know, pretty well, I think that would be a great thing, you know, at the same time. All those things play into it naturally. But it would be great if that actually all comes together. One big perfect storm of goodness for that. Hey Wolf, love your channel. Positivity, upbeat existence experience. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Drew, Ian is the hostess display installer for snack cakes. There you go. Box opening 101. Box opening 101. All right, good times across the board. So again, shout outs to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And as always, I'm going to be here in the chat for about a minute or so after the stream until this time's out. Jeremy Lindsay, shout out from Seattle. Thanks so much for jumping on. Very, very cool. Demi Larder, who does the best cheeseburger? In-N-Out for me. You already know. Look at everybody right now jumping in here. I'm going to try and stay in the chat here as long as I can, about a minute or so after. And then we'll go from there. But even if you don't celebrate Easter, have an amazing weekend. Whatever you do, do it safely. Be the best that you can to each and every one of the people around you, of course. Be present with the people around you, of course. And we'll look forward to the next stream coming up here very, very soon. Obviously, brand new content, new review coming out Saturday. The day before, on the 16th here, we've got some great stuff coming. As usual here on the channel, and then you'll find this replay on Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but Saturday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time will be the next review for you guys, and then you'll find something on Monday for sure. So with that, this is Ian K officially closing out the live stream for April 15th, 2022. And like I always say, I've got brand new content every single week here on my channel, so why stay tuned for that next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. Good times, everybody. Thanks so much for being here right now. Yes, Tony, I've been watching Moon Knight. Definitely dig it. Got to catch up on that third episode, though. I've got the first two down, and I dig it. It's a different origin compared to what I'm used to. Stephen Platt, who used to draw that back in like the 90s when I was really reading that more intensely, it's different. But I like what Oscar Isaac is doing with the character. I mean, so far it's been pretty good with that. To all my amazing mods here in the chat, thank you so much for jumping on. To all the amazing content creators who are watching here in the chat, who have made themselves known, who you know, some of the Blue Monkey Wrench people I like to call here in the chat, but of course those who may be creeping in the background, happy holidays to you. I hope everything is going well, and we will definitely get down with it here in the next time here on the channel, guys. But thank you so much for being here. I know it's a super long-winded exit, but I haven't seen you guys in a couple of weeks. So with that, all my amazing subscribers, as well as super chatters, PayPalers, you guys will be down below. Hit that subscribe button on your way out, the thumbs up button as well too if you haven't done that, and I will definitely catch you on the next stream, which is going to be not too far from now. You're going to see me this weekend in another review, so it should be fun times. All right, guys, that's it. I am done. Time to grab some dinner. I am starving, and with that, peace. I'm out.